I have a Lenovo Yoga that does not turn on. Let's go to the microscope and see if we can figure it out. Okay, so this laptop originally came in because the customers said that it possibly needed a charging port. However, this thing has two charging ports. It has a USB-C here and a USB-C on the opposite side of the board. So I did check the inside of these connectors and they are both good. Okay, so I just wanted to plug our charger into our USB current meter just to see if it does anything, and it shows absolutely nothing on the display. So let's see where we can start with this thing. I guess we'll do a visual inspection first. Okay, so I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. Maybe just some thermal paste right over here. All right, everything seems to be fine. So I want to investigate this area. I see a fuse right here, this white thing. Let's go ahead and test it and see if the fuse is blown. Fuse is not blown, that's good. All right, let's check these tiny little FETs here and see if we have a short to ground. So no short to ground here on those. Why don't we have USB connectivity? Let's just check over here. Let's check these. Just checking to see if these back pins are loose or anything like that. Seems to be fine. Hold on. See a kind of like a burnt, melted. Oh, hello. I see like a melted hole here. Looks like we may have found an issue. I see a burn that developed here, and I'm guessing it has something to do with whatever this part is right here, and that's probably the reason, or as a result of something else that caused this chip to get very, very hot. So let's try to investigate and see what this chip is. I was just noticing right around here it shows DT16, and I'm guessing that this is the guy that it's talking about, and that would mean that this, I believe, is a diode pack. So this could be in here as like a protection. I'm assuming that if we remove this, our issue will go away. What I think we could do is unplug the battery, and I've already done that. And I say we inject voltage here and see what the computer is drawing just naturally and see if anything gets hot under the thermal cam. This battery operates at 7.68 volts, so we can eject probably like around 7.5 volts into that spot and just see if anything happens. So it looks like under the thermal cam, when I inject voltage at the battery connector, the little diode pack gets hot. And it makes sense because it had that little foam piece kind of melted. So let's go ahead and take that diode pack off the board. So I'm going to remove this with just the soldering iron because then we don't have to take the board out of the case. We're going to go ahead and flow some solder here first. Boom, we got it off. Let's go ahead and just plug it in and see what it does. So I plugged the battery in and I immediately see a light that showed up here. So I think we might have promise with this thing. Okay, let's plug it in, see what it does. Okay, we have a charge light. Haha, and 20 volts. It's now charging. So yeah, it probably had this diode pack probably just blew up just as a protection. So we need to find a replacement for that. That way we can put it in and it will have, yep, look at that, it's charging perfectly now. All right, so I replaced that diode pack and now we have a working laptop. So just as a recap, that diode pack basically is like a protection circuit. So if like the charger goes sideways or something, it sends voltage to the diode pack and blows that up instead of sending it voltage throughout the device and blowing up other things. If you enjoyed this video, you should subscribe.